Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is my review of the Star Wars The Black Series, Greef Carga. So this is part of the Mandalorian line in the new Galaxy style packaging. Of course, it does say Mandalorian right there in that like orangish brown style box for the Mandalorian. We do have that nice box art of Greef Carga on the side there, looking really nice. We do have the picture on the back with the bio. You can pause and read the bio if you'd like. He's number 6 in the Mandalorian line, and we have that nice image there on the side again. Looking nice, not a whole lot on that side. And then the top is just a window. So let's get this guy open and see what he looks like. Anyway, here is Greef Karga out of the box, and he's looking really nice. Do you have to say, I am not a big fan of the like large, hard plastic cape vest looking thing he has on his like half of his body on the side there, kind of draping over his shoulder. I'm not a big fan of that. Would have preferred it to be soft, and we'll go over that in just a second. But yeah, honestly, he does look really nice. So just a very nice, clean looking figure. So first of all, I just want to take him off the stand and take a close look at the figure's details and articulation. So here's Greef Karga up close, and I do have to say the face does look really nice. It looks very real. It sort of represents the actor quite well. It's not perfect. I've definitely seen some better ones in the Black Series, but by far it's better than some of the old ones that we've gotten, and it does look pretty good. Um, yeah, big thing is this like hard plastic cape. One thing about it, like not that it's hard plastic, but it's really big, and it's in like a weird spot for his arm articulation, and it definitely hinders the arm articulation. You have trouble bringing it up and around. It can go all the way around, but instead of going like straight up like this one can, this one has to say out to the side just a little bit, which does kind of suck, but it is what it is. You can't really push it in. And also, like anything, if you want to do like a sitting pose with him at the cantina table, you couldn't do it. You put his legs up at all, as like an example. This cape is gonna be in the way, like big time. So, obviously you can make a custom one. I think a soft goods cape would have been better for this guy. But overall, I think he's good. I think the main complaint is the hard cape that's just really big. But because of that, we do have some nice detail on it, some nice wrinkling and everything, and I do like that quite a bit. That's one thing I do have to give to hard capes. It does add more detail, just like so much less articulation and posability for it. If we do kind of try to like move this out of the way, we do have this just nice like texture on like the pants down here, and a nice looking belt with that like gold belt buckle looking very nice there. And we do have two holsters for his blasters, looking very nice. Again, it is hard to get to this holster because you have to like bend the cape out of the way, but it does fit there. And yeah, and then just some boots for his feet there, looking pretty nice. Do have to say he is a pretty well-rounded figure, and he just looks pretty clean overall. Anyway, here are the two accessories Greef Karga comes with, and I gotta say I'm digging the modern style blasters. I like how it gives a more like actual gun looking effect to it compared to like a Star Wars blaster. This one actually looks like a gun, and I like it. I think it definitely suits Greef Karga's character very well, and I think overall it just makes for a really cool looking Black Series blaster or a gun in the first place. Unfortunately, though, these are the only two accessories Greef Karga comes with. I would have thrown in something else. I think maybe a like one of the bounty pucks. That would have been a pretty cool idea. They would have been very tiny, but maybe one of the tracking fobs as well, and maybe even a like a piece of Beskar that saved his life in I believe episode 3 or 4. Yeah, maybe like even that piece of Beskar, because I feel like that was one like pretty big part about his character and his character arc. So I don't know. I feel like there's more accessories you could have done instead of just the two small blasters. But I feel like all the ones I listed are pretty small, like stuff. But we already have the tracking fob and the piece of Beskar in the Mando and Baby Yoda 2-pack there. So I can understand why they didn't throw it in, because I guess like they kind of wanted to keep those pieces exclusive to that set. But it's one of those things like they definitely should have thrown in more weapons or accessories, and it's probably the thing that this figure is lacking most in. But I do have to say, I think Hasbro actually knocked it out of the park for articulation for this guy. And I'm not going to go too in-depth with it, but there's a few things I do want to point out. First up is elbows. He is a dual pistol character, so elbows are great that they hit at least 90, and they hit a little bit past it, which is really good. But one thing that I'm super impressed with is something that fans have been asking for quite a while, and he actually has two up and down joints for the hands, where normally there is one up and down and one like horizontal where I would bend inward and out. But yeah, they added two like vertical joints, which is like really really good. Something that we've been asking for quite a while. And yeah, I think all dual pistol characters should have that, and they finally did it, which is super cool. So I do have to give mad props to Hasbro on that one. Anyway, first up here is Beskar Mando next to Greef Carga. Looking nice. One thing I didn't notice is the height difference. I didn't realize Greef Carga was that much taller than Mando. He is about, I'd say, a little bit taller than Mando. Definitely by a little bit. I know if we stand up Mando a little bit taller, they're pretty close to the same height, but I still want to give it to Greef Carga for height. I think he just looks taller. I don't think I really ever noticed that. I always figured that Mando would be taller than Greef Carga, but I guess I was wrong, and honestly, they look really, really nice together. And next up here is Greef Carga next to the Credit Collection Cara Dune. I don't own the original Cara Dune, unfortunately, but this one is pretty close to the same, so I figured it would work. And yeah, you definitely see the height difference here, but they are looking very, very nice together. Can't wait to get the whole Mando squad together. Do need to pick up Queel and IG-11, but yeah, honestly, they are looking very, very nice. Next up is him next to the Armorer. Also looking nice. I don't think they really interacted a whole lot in the TV show except for the finale there for a few minutes, but they do look very nice together. And then last up, here is Greef Carga next to the Mandalorian Stormtrooper. Looking very, very good. Like I said, cannot wait to get the whole Mando squad together. And definitely hoping to get Moff Gideon as well. But I have seen these figures do peg warm, so hopefully I'll find them in stores. But if not, I will try to get them online. So actually, I lied. The last up is Greef Carga next to the Remnant Scout Trooper and a speeder bike, so looking very nice together. I definitely want to get IG-11 to put on the speeder bike with Baby Yoda there, but they are looking super clean together. Definitely want to do like a Mandalorian display. I think that'd be nice to set up. And honestly, I really hope we do get the Season 2 version of Greef Carga pretty soon. Anyway, guys, there you have it. Overall, Greef Carga is an amazing figure. I do really like him. When I first saw this guy, I didn't have very high hopes for him. It's not one that I really wanted to pick up. He seemed like a pretty boring character. But honestly, I'm pretty impressed now having him in hand. I love the more like modern style gun-looking blaster. And definitely fits the character quite well. I am a little disappointed that the hard cape isn't soft, but I still think it looks very nice. And as long as you're not putting him into like any sitting poses, it shouldn't be a problem. So overall, I think I'm going to give him a 4.5 out of 5. The hard cape does have a little bit to do with that, but I would have preferred more accessories. I think a piece of Beskar would have been like a necessity for his character. I think it had a pretty big thing to do with his like character arc in the show. So I would have really liked to see a piece of Beskar with him, or even a tracking fob, or one of the like bounty pucks, just to you know, kind of set up with Mando, have him giving those to Mando, because I feel like that's what we mainly saw him in Season 1 doing, was being like the bounty hunter guild leader or whatever. So I think it would have been pretty cool to see, but we didn't. So overall, it's alright. So I do recommend this to any Mandalorian fans or fans looking for a pretty cool figure.